So I'm a private tutor, and this past week, one of my students, he's a high school senior. He is unfortunately recovering from COVID-19. Obviously, I'm working with him remotely. I thought I would take in some lessons from watching him recover from COVID-19 and apply it to the rest of my life. There were some lessons that I learned from watching his recovery. The first thing that caught my attention was how slowly and deliberately he is behaving. I used to have a big problem. I'm tutoring him in computer science. I used to have a big problem with him. I'm getting really excited. He would think about an idea, bang, and he'd start compiling the code. And oftentimes, well, obviously, it wouldn't turn out to be what he thought it was, and he would get disappointed, anxious, and then, especially when you're working remotely, and sometimes there's a lag. If the internet is laggy, and he gets all excited, and sometimes it's really hard to stop him. But when he was recovering from COVID-19, he didn't have the energy to do that. And he actually did a whole lot better in situations like that. And it really showed me that I need to be more slow and deliberate. I make a lot of mistakes in my life because I'm too quick sometimes for my own good. I talked about dealing with eating disorder problems. I find sometimes if I just slow down and tell myself when I'm having a food craving, let's come back to this in 15 minutes, and I look at the clock and I said, well, I got a meeting in half an hour anyway. How about I just go this half an hour without the food, go to the meeting, I'll come back to it later tonight when I actually do have some time by myself. Oftentimes, food cravings will dissipate if you just give it time. And you're not really denying yourself it. You're just saying, I'm going to come back to it when I'm in a better frame of mind, right? I have some problems with getting into major disagreements with people. A lot of times, if I just come back to it, right? I'm angry right now. Let's sit on it, right? Let's sit on it. Or if it's not something I can sit on, right? If I get a disagreement with somebody on the street and I can't come back to it, let's sit on it. And maybe if it's really something I'm angry about, maybe I could record a video to vent my frustration and see how you guys think. A lot of times I don't even record that video because it's so silly. And what I just need to do is give myself time. And watching my client have COVID-19 and he's being forced to give himself time, right, really has reinforced the idea that we just need to give each other, to give ourselves time to mull things over before we get terribly excited about it. The other thing I liked about watching him deal with COVID-19 is that I watch him be more humble about his limitations, right? A lot of times I promise too much or I try to do too much and it backfires on me, right? A lot of times as a private tutor, one of my biggest frustrations is I want to rearrange ideally I wish I could rearrange my students so I could work like an 8-hour day and then have time for myself. It doesn't work that way, right? And sometimes I don't set boundaries strongly enough, right? I prefer if you could do it on Friday. No, I'm available Friday at this time or Saturday at this time, right? That's the better way to do it, right? Not, I prefer if you could do it on Friday, but I'll do it on Wednesday anyway for you, right? I sometimes see my client who has COVID-19 doesn't prefer to look well on the video, right? He knows his boundaries, and he knows when he can't come to the screen, and sometimes I push things a little bit further than I really need to sometimes. Anyways, it was a nice life lesson to see it unfold, right? We need to give ourselves time to be more slow and deliberate with what we're doing, especially if you're going to make rash decisions that you're going to come to regret. And we need to know our limits a little bit better. Thanks for watching.